Dee, on the payroll side of things, how do you primarily use eFax?
Mostly taking care of any forms that instructors send me usually to change payroll things such as changes in W-4 or direct deposit. Kind of like Matt experiences, most of it does come through email or they go online and they change it themselves, but we still have a few people who just prefer to have a paper copy and fax it over. So it is really handy because I never know when to expect them. They usually don't tell me, hey, I'm faxing this over. They just go ahead and fax it and expect me to get it. So it's really handy that it comes straight to me instead of me having to be psychic and know when a fax is coming in. Because it doesn't happen as often as Matt, like every once in a while.
Now, when an eFax arrives, it basically comes as a PDF, correct?
Correct.
So it's a PDF. In many cases, those PDFs, is there anything particular you do with them, or do you just look at them and throw them away, or how do you use those PDFs? Matt?
We file all of our incoming PDFs, especially with the applications. So as they come in, they're instantly saved to our shared drive in the appropriate folder for what program they're applying for. So that would be the first step.
That would be true with the compliance documents as well. Those documents go directly into the faculty's academic files. And because they come as PDFs, it's very simple just to save them as or drag them into the academic file.
Excellent. Dee Dee?
I actually really like the fact that they come as PDFs because I have to forward the information onto the payroll department. And before, when we just got like a paper fax, I would either have to scan it in and email it, or I would have to actually walk it down or copy one for me and then walk it down. Now I just forward the email right on to payroll, and then I automatically have a copy of my own that I can save it wherever I need to. It's so much easier.
And, touch on that.
Go ahead.
We would, all of our incoming applications that we had that were faxed to us, we would have to sit there and scan each one of those we would have to scan it, email it to ourselves, and then save it. So, when you're talking about, a couple hundred faxes a term, it saves, countless hours.
Good point.
I can remember working somewhere where at the end of the term, I was a teacher, so that at the end of the term I'd have to submit grades and an invoice and things like that, and I would fax it to the fax number they provided. And of course that fax number, for whatever reason, it always seemed like the fax machine was out of paper, it was broken. There were all kinds of technical issues that prevented that fax from going through. So realistically, I ended up doing a lot more scanning it and emailing it anyway, so it sort of bypasses all the technical hazards that come along with the fax machine itself.
Yeah, touching on that, sometimes people don't always know how to use a fax machine. And you'd occasionally get, with the old fax machine, you'd get pieces of paper coming through that were just blank, and you didn't know if it was from the fax you were expecting or if it was just the fax machine messing up. And here, this way, when you get an email coming in, a fax, and it's just a blank piece of paper, you know they messed up, and you can tell them, hey, turn your piece of paper over and resend that, instead of trying to figure out what the blank piece of paper belonged to.
Okay, if you were to look into a crystal ball, what do you foresee, if anything, replacing eFax in the future? Why do we really need this technology?
When the point comes where no one out there needs to fax anything, then we won't need eFax. When everybody has the ability to scan and attach, we won't need it.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Of our applications, like I said, probably 95% are sent to us as emails with attachments. Very few people are still using fax machines.
When I first started, I was getting, maybe 3 or 4 a week. Now I'll get maybe 1 a month. Mm-hmm. So it has really decreased because people are becoming more aware of other ways to do it. And especially since the stuff that I deal with, we offer instructors to do online, and they're getting more and more comfortable with that. And the people who are still sending faxes are people who generally are not that comfortable with technology.
Exactly.
And so as people get more and more comfortable with technology, they will be more apt to kind of throw away their fax machine maybe.
In our existing faculty, which is between 1,400 and 1,500, I know of about 3 people who will say to me, I need to go into town to Kinko's and fax this. They're just a very small handful of people left, but they will get in their pickup truck and they will drive into the nearest town to Kinko's to send a fax. But that's definitely by far a minority.
There have been instances where we needed a document.
Go ahead.
Immediately, and they didn't have access to a fax machine, and they didn't have a scanner. So what we've even had faculty do is take a picture with their phone of the document and then email us the picture. Because most of them have, a camera phone, and they can send us the image that way. It's not ideal, but not many people have access to a fax machine.
Yeah. That's really good.
That's fabulous.